flapping your gums with Vinny and Hessey. Yeah!
All right. Here we are. We are back. We're flapping your gums. I'm Hessey. This is Vinny. What's up, Vinny?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, so we always start out with how your week went, but I feel like the week was probably the same, so let's see how your weekend started and went. Because I guess it was more exciting. Not really, I don't know about exciting, but you had some stuff going on, getting ready or something Friday, and then yesterday.
Yesterday I decided to change the spark plugs in the truck after doing that fuel injector, just trying to make sure it's all good and ready for the hunt. Then I had to load up the trailer. I realized yesterday while I was loading up the trailer, I don't have crap for hunting stuff. Like, I can go coyote hunting. I got clothes, I got the calls, I've got that kind of stuff. But to actually go up on the mountain overnight, I got a cot, a sleeping bag. I got no light. I got no like hunting lights. I'm trying to scrounge on my blankets because the boys are going with us, and I'm like, oh man, they're gonna freeze. I got 2 blankets. You know what I mean? It's like, you're bringing them cots. I don't have anything. I'm thinking, oh, we're going to need some lighting, because it's going to be dark in the mountains, like just some kind of light you put on the trailer or whatever. But because we're just using the cargo trailer, so it's not like a camp trailer. It doesn't have like porch light, stuff like that on there. So yeah, I realize I'm very lacking in just up and going.
Because when you go do overnighters, you meet up with me, who brings everything.
Well, either you bring the trailer or we stay in a hotel, and then we just take the razor from the hotel. So, yeah.
But even then, I got headlamps and little small magnet lights and all that fun stuff. Oh, yeah. I remember. So I remember, and a lot of people probably can relate to this, is the camping. So before I bought my toy hauler, I used to camp quite a bit. And dude, camping like that is not that it's a ton. It's less work with a trailer for sure. I mean, it's still work as you get to progressing and stuff like that. You get more stuff like put in the trailer, the camp trailer, and so you're not having to put so much stuff in there. You know what I mean? So that's nice. But like, dude, I remember when I would do like how you're doing right there, that would be for a weekend. Like totes, sleeping bags, tents, coolers. I mean, the whole back of my truck would be plumb full of stuff. Like as much of stuff as I could put in there, chairs and all this stuff. And then you get there and it's like you unload all this stuff. You have to set up your tent. You got to put chairs out. You put air mattress in there. I mean, it's just like it's hours of loading and then hours of getting it unloaded when you're at wherever you're going, lake or mountains or like you're saying, because it's like you have to have every little thing. The little lanterns that hang up, like I had the little stands you put in the ground, and then has a little kerosene lantern, and some batteryized ones and nonstop. And then you just think of more and more stuff probably as you're going.
Oh, yeah. And I needed to get that trailer up on the mountain because it was supposed to rain, this weekend. And it was rolling in. The wind was blowing. The clouds were coming. So I'm like throwing blankets, chairs, easy up. Like you said, coolers. I threw in empty coolers so that, when we get that elk, that we have something to put it in. I'm trying to put as much stuff in that trailer as I can so we're not putting stuff in the truck. And I'm just like, God, I'm scrounging, looking. I got a headlamp, but I use that. I've got one in my bag for coyote hunting, and I also use it for work. So it's like I got one of those, but we're bringing 2 extra people that don't have anything. So it's kind of like, okay, got to scrounge that up. I threw the Blackstone in there, the propane. Like Emily said today, she's like, "Oh, good, we can barbecue that." I'm like, "No, we can't, because we only have one propane tank. It's in the trailer on the mountain." So,
dude, you have to. You gotta. If Oh, because your barbecue. Well, I guess you could go get another one, or like, I guess the small ones have a little different adapter, huh? They
Yeah,
got the
they won't
small
fit
one
on
on
there.
there.
No, no, I can get one. I mean, it's not a big
I guess you
deal,
just
but
have to throw her on the old pan fryer. You have to just put her on the old
bakes and
pan
stuff.
fry.
Yeah, cook stuff on
Yeah.
the oven. But then last night, went and hung out with the neighbors when I got back and got everything all hauled up on the mountain, stuff like that. Everything went well. No misfires on the truck. We did great that way. Got it in the spot we wanted and everything like that.
Got
And
our spot. So what's funny is you're talking about camping and cots. So Braxton will like this one. Shout out. What's up, Braxton? We went up hunting. Oh no, I take that back. We were not hunting. We went up riding, and I had. Gosh, I want to say. I think he said it. I think it was right shortly after I had torn my pec.
yeah,
Then we went up. So I don't know if I don't think I was in a sling, but it was definitely not comfortable yet.
okay.
And so I always, if we're going cotton, I always like if we're taking cots and sleeping out, I take a tarp. And so, dude, you have to ask Braxton the next time when he listens to this. He's like, I will never. Because all I could hear was me just rustling around. Because I would just, like, I couldn't get comfortable, but I'm underneath. I'm in my sleeping bag with a tarp over the top because we're up in the mountains. So you get, like, it keeps the chill off of you, but also keeps the moisture.
Use a tarp as a blanket?
Yeah, so I go in my sleeping bag and then I put a tarp over me.
Try to keep the dew and stuff like that. Were you in a tent or were you just out in the open?
No, just out in the sky.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And so, of course, then it gets cold, so then it's even more noisier, and I'm not holding still because I'm uncomfortable with this surgery that I had.
Right.
And so he said all night he could just hear me just rustling around. just basically. So the joke is like every time I'm like, oh yeah, dude, we'll go. I'll bring my tarp. And he's like, I'm not going.
I'm
Not doing it.
Sounds like you're over there opening zingers all night.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's like, yeah, I can only imagine. It's terrible because I can hear it. You know what I mean? Like I'm waking up hearing the rustling, but it's like I can't help it. You know what I mean? So it's, but yeah, I think I got most of the stuff rounded up that we'll need on that, like hunting side of it. And I'll bring a tarp just in case.
All right. That's great.
I mean, dude, it's been raining crazy.
If you want to sleep,
I'm not going to sleep with it. We'll just need, like, if we have to do something outside, the same thing. You don't have an awning.
but I've grabbed the easy up.
Oh, okay. Then we won't need one. I mean, we might be able to put stuff.
I mean, having a
underneath
tarp's
it,
probably not a bad thing at all.
lay stuff on it or whatever. Especially if we have to, like, if we need to when we're cutting stuff up, an animal up or whatever. But it is nice to have. But that's funny because that's another thing you throw an easy up because you don't have it. Like on a toy hauler or on my trailer, you just flip the awning out.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've done that when we've been up riding and it started snowing like crazy. And this is in June.
Right.
And we're up on the mountain. And the ride first started off, like when you see like the pictures of it, the ride starts off in the morning and we're cruising. It's sunny, right? Blue skies, sunny. I think we may have had long sleeve shirts on because it was a little cooler in the morning.
Speaking of long sleeve, you're wearing one right now.
Yeah, it's cold.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not. I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Fire department represent, boys. So I went fire on fire. Matchies. So we go rolling out and we throw a couple sweatshirts in. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, throw some sweatshirts in. Who knows how long we're going to be out? Because we're going all day and then going to come back and then camp. So the ride goes up. Now we're getting up in elevation too, so that's why it's a little cooler. But you can see in the pictures, and then all of a sudden you kind of see some clouds starting to be in the blue skies. And then we roll up over this mountain, and we're coming back to the other side to go into this little town, and it's kind of starting to get like gray clouds rolling in. Starting to get a little gloomy. And it's getting a little chillier. And then we stop and grab a bite to eat, and then we come out of that town, dude, and it's starting to like sprinkle. Right? And so it's still wet, I should say. So then we come sneaking up over the hill and we're coming down. Well, it starts to turn to sleet because now it's starting to try to freeze up on us. Well, soon we're stopping and putting sweatshirts on, and then we're digging in the bags that, your kind of bug out bag that you always keep on your razor. It's got like cotton roping gloves. I guess you call them roping gloves. They're like the cotton ones. I think we had some of those like dust masks, so you're putting them on around your neck and like cinching up your hood, like to try to keep the air out of it. And so and we had like these little windbreakers, so we throw them on. But you don't have windshield wipers. We don't. I mean, there's rigs that do. So the sleet was sticking to the window, but you couldn't get it off.
You can't reach.
So now soon you would try and wipe it, but now your gloves getting wet, and then your hands freezing because of the air. And it started getting bad. So then soon, like where the mirror's at, I'm tucking my head out the side, like to where the wind's hitting the mirror, but it's keeping my face from getting blasted, so I can see where we're going. So we get to camp. The other two guys that are with us, like, we're out of here. Like, we don't have four-wheel drive or nothing like that. We're load the rig up and we're busting it out of here. So we had the toy hauler, dude. We put the razor underneath it, kept the awning out,
right?
Put the razor underneath there, and then we had chairs, tables, and barbecues stuff, and it's all underneath the awning. But we'd have to go out dude. It was snowing now. Now it's like full on blizzard, and I tell you, I got pictures of it. It's like June 16th or 18th.
It's crazy,
and it is snowing, winter wonderland, to where we have to go out every couple hours and push the awning and let the snow slide off onto the ground.
It doesn't collapse.
And then we got up that morning, so we'd set an alarm, and it would go off, get up, go out, push the snow off. The two of us have to get up on each side, slough it off, and we had it tipped down too, so we dropped it down as far as we could. So anyways, we kept the snow off there. We got up the next morning, there was probably 10 inches of snow. 10, dude. I got pictures of it sitting there on the out on the picnic table that was right out in front of us. There's 10 inches of snow on there. It was crazy, dude. Yeah. So that was that. So you were saying
next weekend hunt.
No, we already got it out of the way because it's been raining here for like 2 days. So anyway, so you got up on the mountain, everything went good. We talked about that. You came back, and then you must have commenced just to get muted up or something.
I came back. We had some dinner, and then like the neighbors were. The neighbor, he was out with the buddy from down the street, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go hang out with those guys. And we commenced to drink some beers last night. I mean, I was like 4 in. Those guys have been drinking. One of them's been drinking since 11, and the other one's like, I just drink 16 a night anyway. So, but it's their last hurrah. It's their last hurrah. They're doing sober October starting today, so they were hitting it pretty good. They were like, yeah, this is it. We got to finish up what's in the fridge and whatnot.
We're getting on the wagon for a month, huh?
Right. Yeah, they're gonna stop no alcohol and smoking. And I looked at the one guy and I'm like, "You smoke?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, I do when I drink." And I go, "Well, you say you drink every night, so you smoking every night?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, they're at my house though. I was about to go get some." I'm like, "Go get some." So we had
like left-handed cigarettes or regular
cigarettes, Camels. Yeah. Right.
So wait, you said you were drinking some beers. You drank beer?
I drank beers.
Did they watch you like when you're drinking it at first and like watch you all quiver up and like did you make faces or did you have to man up? You're like, oh yeah, I love me some beer.
Well, I had some beer. I had a beer with dinner, and then I went out there, and I can do the ultras. Ultras were fine. I had a couple of those. I was mixing some beers. It was. I don't know. I guess mixing doesn't really matter on beer, but so I had a Coors Light in the house. I had 2 Michelobs out there with them, and then AJ was like, hands me this other one, and I'm like, nah. I was like, all right, fine, I'll take it. And it was a Busch Light.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't bad.
They're not bad. It's just funny. Busch Light. It's almost like it's like Natty Ice. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like
my neighbor, Preston. He's a PBR guy.
Okay. And so PBR is not good. PBR is good if it's off the tap, dude. Like I remember before we'd go back in my drinking days, like when we would This is years ago. This is back when I worked out Bro Ripped at the body shop or at Total Fitness. It's not even there anymore. But Duke and I'd go and they had dollar pints or dollar PBRs.
Yeah.
And so they would give it to you in like a mug, or they give you a frosty mug. Oh yeah, dude! But it was out of a keg. It was on tap,
right?
Off the keg.
Man, this keg's about to go. It's $1.
Dude, that tastes good, man. Like, but I don't know.
So yeah,
about
anytime
can,
Preston helps me with stuff, anytime I try to get him, I get him a 12-pack or stuff like that. When he's helped me out, like when he helped me out with that injector. Emily was out at the store and I called her up and I says, "Hey, will you grab Preston a 12-pack of PBR?" And she's like, "I don't know what that is." And I'm like, "It's
Pabst Blue Ribbon is what that stands for. It's all American. It's a red, white, and blue box of beer. It'll be the cheapest down on the end where it doesn't get a lot of fridge time.
See, I feel like our dad, he's passed away now, but he was a beer drinker his whole life, our whole life that we could ever know. But I don't ever really like the taste of beer. I mean, once you get 3 or 4 in, you can't really taste them anymore. And I think anybody that drinks beer consistently, I don't know if they can taste it anymore.
I think is a temperature thing, because if a beer is ice cold, it's just good. Because there's times where even like if I'm out in the yard doing something, say just like working and doing that stuff, and it's hot. Right. There's just like a certain like a quenching thing about it. All right, so it's like you'd be drinking water out there while you're doing it, but then you still get like dry mouth and like, man. So I have like athletic. They call them athletic brew, which is I feel like is the closest of
is it beer with electrolytes?
No, yeah, it's protein beer. It's all PCAAs, creatine, protein, and a beer. It's all just getting jacked out. You just feel like you want to go just pump some weights, dude, after you smash down athletic. It's got electrolytes, he says. That's good. I like that. It might. I have to look. I'll double check. It's probably got some. Yeah. No, but it's like. I mean, that's what we should get. I should get a sponsor by. You could get one by Cutwater. I should get one by Athletic Brew. So they have a ton of fun. Like if you like IPAs, like
But Athletic Brew is non-alcoholic, right?
Non-alcoholic, correct?
Yeah, there's no alcohol. Yeah, you got.
There's no alcohol.
We got to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, but it tastes by far the best. Like they have like O'Doul's and the Heine's and all that stuff that you can get like zero alcohol, but dude, those taste like ass. And so, but like this one, you can get a bunch of different kinds. They even have some that are like more of a seltzer kind of thing, like how that new seltzer kick is going in. I feel like they got
Athletic Brew supposed to be like a non-alcoholic beer. Like
oh yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, okay,
100%. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have some this weekend when we go.
Never heard of it.
I'll have some this weekend so you can try some out, dude. They're good.
Okay.
And so that's what it'll be like. I'll come in, like I say, so it's like a hot day. You've been doing yard work or you're barbecuing. And it's like, it's just get the hot. And you're like, man, I'm drinking ice water. I'm drinking regular water. It just doesn't hit like that. So then ice cold. Yeah. There's just that ice coldness. Same like a beer. It can get so cold without being frozen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so open that thing up and take a swig, and it tastes just like it. I mean, there's some that aren't so good, but most of them are pretty good, depending on how hoppy you like it. They have like different IPAs and levels like that. But you can, I'll have some that I'll be bringing Friday, so that'd be cool.
Perfect. But yes,
and then what happened after the beers? Because I didn't hear from you for like a half a day, so I feel like you just slept. He was just pie-eated up, dude.
About 10 o'clock last night. I mean, it was only like 10, but Preston had been going at it pretty hard all day, I guess. He's like, I didn't have anything. I ran into him at the store today. And I said, you got pretty wasted. And he goes, I didn't have anything to do yesterday. I started drinking at 11. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So him and the guy from down the street and myself were just hanging out in the driveway there. The wind's kicking up, starting to sprinkle a little bit. And then Preston's just gone. And his daughter comes out and she's like, my dad's hanging out in the house. And we're like, okay. He just went in the house and never came back out. So we closed the garage door and I headed home. And he was done at 10 o'clock.
You
so I came
closed
home.
his garage door?
Yeah.
You're all, don't worry about it, Preston. We got this.
Right.
We'll get everything shut down.
Yeah, shut down the garage.
At your house.
AJ took off, and I came in, and I'm only 4 beers in, and I'm like, whatever. So we're gonna watch some Suits, So I have a Cutwater, and we start watching Suits. So now I'm 4 beers and a Cutwater. Oh,
Did you have a lime? Was it a lime margarita?
He has lime margarita,
Okay.
shot of whiskey, and yeah. And
what
then
kind?
Jack Daniels.
All right.
That's big of that, and then we started watching Suits, and then it got to that point where it's like, okay, either I can get another drink or I'm going to sleep, so I ended up with the Mike's Hard Mango Lemonade. Finished out the night.
So you did get you enough. Now you're getting into the mixing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's
yeah,
that's probably why you didn't. Did you feel good this morning?
So I stacked 3 pillows when I watch TV. Kind of so I can sit up. I can't sleep on 3 pillows. It gets a kink in my neck.
Okay.
But I did. We finished Suits. Netflix only has 8 seasons. There's 9, so we're gonna have to go find the 9th somewhere else. And then I'm like,
they're gonna make you pay for that one. They're gonna sucker you into paying for that one for sure.
Like, I'll just watch Identity Theft, because it just came out on Netflix, and I'm like, sweet. 3 pillows.
On my 3 pillows.
I had 2 in my mouth.
Dude. Oh gosh, dude.
Yeah, I woke up. I'm like, I don't even know what time it is. Like, I know I woke up, and I'm like,
oh, my mouth. It's like cat shit in my mouth.
But then I fell back to sleep. So at 8
you left the chew in?
Dude, I made it till 8 this morning, and I woke up.
That's impressive.
So I
it
kicked
still
off
was in there?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Dude, I kicked
gosh.
off the pillows. I, bathroom, got rid of the chew at 8, took an ibuprofen, because I'm saying my neck hurt because of the pillows, but I'm pretty sure I was getting a little bit of a headache, so
yeah,
it was a mixture of both. 8 o'clock,
Because you went beer. So there's like a saying,
Whiskey.
it's like, liquor before beer, have no fear. Beer before liquor, never been sicker.
Oh, well.
I think I got that right. I thought it was a mess.
It was just a little shot of whiskey, but then
yeah, but then you went Mike's Hard Lemonade. What's it made with?
A lot of sugar.
But I don't think it's not a beer type. It's alcohol.
It is, but it's
and
the
also
beer.
you went
I
lime,
put it in
a lime margarita's tequila.
Lime margarita. It is, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe it's like vodka or something, right?
In the Mike's?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I know the normals are. But. So, yeah, 8 o'clock, I did all that, took an ibuprofen, climbed back into bed. Next thing I know, it's 1:11 in the afternoon. I'm like, what happened? So, yeah, I slept till 1:11, and then I went to the store and got me some Bloody Mary mix. And I bought a bunch of pork and stuff like that. We were just going to...
You put that in your Bloody Mary?
The pork?
Ugh.
No. No. The grocery store has a...
Because you ever seen like they do like a Bloody Mary, like the best Bloody Mary, like Reno's best Bloody Mary or whatever they call it. Okay. It's I'm pretty sure I don't know what it's called, but it's some sort of, I don't know if they do it. I think it's once a year they do it. I couldn't tell you when it was. I just remember seeing pictures of it, dude, and these people make these Bloody Marys, and then it has like a full-on menu, basically what you would order, like a full-on, like a lunch special on top of this thing, dude.
Breakfast in a cup.
Yeah, it's like hamburger, little like sliders with some whatever. I mean, it's insane what the onion rings, all the works, dude. It's crazy. But so I'm assuming you made the Bloody Mary mix and then spicy or no regular?
Oh yeah, no, that's what's in this right here.
So spicy Bloody Mary mix with vodka, and then did you put like some Tabasco, Cholula or something in there?
You get the clamato. I got the clamato, picante clamato. So it's not tomato juice. It's more of a. It is, but it isn't. But there's tomatoes in there. It's next to your tomato juice aisle. I got clamato picante, so it's already a little bit spicy. I put Worcestershire sauce in there, some salt, and Tabasco. Mix
No
it
pepper?
up. Oh no, I forgot the pepper.
Pepperoncinis?
I didn't put any pepper in it, and look, some vodka. So
You got some, you just like pepperoncinis I hear are good in there too.
well,
So
I
there's
was
your
just
garnish.
there's
Just
my
throw a
garnish. I
couple
don't want
pepperoncinis
garnish.
in there.
Oh yeah, and
That's
lemon
it.
juice.
I mean, it seems good.
Lemon juice in there
Okay.
too.
Cut
Yeah.
it a little bit.
No, I
Nice.
have a little lemon juice in a squeeze bottle.
That's what, but it cuts it. Like,
Oh, okay.
kind of cuts it up, mixes it up a little bit. All right, so, well, moving on from Vinny just being a Paiute.
I
like it. All the way till this dude just slept his life away. What time do you think you went to sleep then?
3:30.
Identity theft? Is that the one with where the lady steals
His ID, Jason
it's like,
Bateman. and
Bateman, Jason. Okay.
Ken McCarthy.
So did you finish that movie?
No, gosh, no, I didn't even get. I got to the point.
So you probably slept a good 14 hours. That's amazing, dude.
That's not 14 hours. It was
Dude,
almost.
if you said you got over at
3:30.
like 10 and then it was 11 o'clock and you watched Suits, and then you didn't finish the movie.
3:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah, we finished. I think we watched almost the whole season just last night.
Did Emily stay up that late?
She was awake. Yeah,
She was watching Suits with you, huh?
she was watching Suits.
I
She
thought for
made it.
sure you'd be look over there and she's just drooling on the pillow and you just keep. So that's what happens to me. I just keep going. So I don't know, people listening. So I want to hear about it if they, if you have different. So I think I know of couples that I know of. And there's probably, of course, ones that I don't know of. That like if they're watching a show, say like you're watching Suits, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever whatever series or show that you guys watch.
Right.
They don't want them to finish watching. Like if you look over and that person is sleeping, they expect you to shut her down.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
so I want to hear like people on here, like couples or whatever, like whatever, girlfriends, wives. And so because I know that like some of them I know, and they'll be like the one falls asleep and so they stop it because if they keep watching, they'll be like, "What? You sat here and watched it last night?" or whatever. So they have to stop it. So if they see the other one sleeping, you got to shut it down where it's at so that you can watch. Because dude, I don't. Because Tasha, I'll turn it on and then I'll look over and it's been, I don't know. Like we'll start a series and I'm like, all right, here we go. We're gonna watch this show and it's okay. We get into bed and we got it going. Alexa went to sleep and all that stuff and we get it queued up and we're starting to watch it and it's getting to like a good part and I'll look over because she's got her glasses on and her pillow propped up and I look over and she's out. And we made it 2.5 minutes into the show, and I'm like, I barely had time when I hit skip intro, so I didn't have to see that part because I knew I had to hurry before she falls asleep. It's like I made it past the skip intro part, and I look over, and she's already out, and I'm like, why don't you just take your glasses off? And she's like, huh? No, I'm still gonna watch. I'm like, no, you're not. Like I gotta. So she's like, no, I will. So I've learned from that because then I'm like, okay. So I'll play it. And I'll look over there and she's still asleep. And she has her glasses on and she's just sitting there sleeping.
Yeah.
So then I'll tell her, how far did you make it? I'm like, what? I watched 2 episodes last night. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Like, I have to shut it down. I have to just turn it off or I'll stay up. Because so my thing is I'll watch. And this is what I want to hear people's comments. If they're couples, if they make them stop it. And secondly, I don't know if you do this. I'll take and I'll run it and I'll watch. Say I watch a full episode.
Yeah.
I have to start the next one.
Why?
I don't know why.
Why?
There's a lot of things I do. I don't know why.
I can't start. If I'm gonna start it, then it's like I'm in it. Like if it starts, for
I
me,
think
I'm
maybe
like,
it's just maybe so I can keep control of it. Because if not, I'll just binge watch the whole thing. Be like 2. Be like you. 2 in the morning. I'm like, it's over. I watched the whole season. Now what?
Well, yeah, but I mean, on any episode, I stop it. If there's if I'm like, okay, it's 2:30 in the morning or whatever it is, and it's like, okay, I cannot start the next episode because if I
watch
start
the whole
the
thing.
next episode, I'm gonna watch.
Well, first and foremost, I will not be up at 2:30 in the morning going, oh, should I watch this next episode? I can guarantee you that. So there's that. So I won't be doing that part. But I will. It'll be like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
This one just went off, so I'll go through, I'll skip the intro, go into it, and I'll let it start. And I'll watch it for like 7 minutes.
No.
And then I'll stop it.
And just be like,
I stop it, shut it down, and I just throw my pillow, my show pillow, like you're talking about, my movie pillow.
yeah.
Because I got one that I keep propped up. I sit it off, I throw it on the floor, dude, and I'm out. I'm sleeping. But yeah,
See, like,
even Tasha will be watching, and he'll be like, "No," she'll be like, "All right, we got to go to bed." I'm like, "Yeah, but we got to watch the first part of this next episode."
no. So like, when on a normal night, like a work night or whatever, I look over at the clock and I'm like, all right, it's 9:45. If we start an episode, it'll be over at 10:30, and that'll be good. And then I'll let that episode roll. So if it's 10:15, it's like, okay, I can't start another one because, by the time it's over, it's 11.
Until 11 o'clock.
I've already calculated in my head how long that episode is and when I'll be going to bed. So it's like, if we can start one at 9:30, then I'm okay. At 10:15, like, all right, fine. That one episode will go to bed. But if I started one at 10:15, I automatically know I'm going to be up till 11 because it's 45 minutes on that episode or 42 minutes, whatever it is. So if it's 10:15, I'm like, all right, I'll start it, and I will the whole thing until 11.
Finish her
cut
out.
it off and go. Yeah, I can't start one and just
usually
cut it.
Tasha's in bed by
I'll fall asleep, but other than that, usually I don't start it.
right. Yeah, Tasha, she's asleep within minutes, and I don't go to bed that early. She's like usually out by 9.
Yeah.
9:10 at the latest. But all right, so remember last week we talked about the hot springs in Arkansas. Go Razorbacks. Shout out. So that one was not. So I had originally, I thought it had to do with Vegas, but the reason I thought the two of those, because Arkansas, hot springs in Arkansas was like what Vegas turned into. Once they shut it down, then that's where it was like the Vegas of back there. Hot Springs was.
Okay.
So they went there and gambled, and the mafia people, mafia guys, all that stuff. They did that in the hot springs in Arkansas. Okay. So it says, like in hot springs during its heyday, gangsters vacation there to enjoy the soothing mineral waters, but also take the city's thriving nightlife and to bet on horses at it's called the Oaklawn Racetrack. At one time, Hot Springs had a dozen casinos and countless other places where just slot machines. And so they have that racetrack is still there, and they do it. It's like they'll have it's not like Triple Crown, but it's all like just where they do like a. Lee was telling me it's like the horses that race in the Triple Crown, like the big timers.
Yeah,
will run that course. It's like a warm up, but they'll do like they'll put on a big race there.
Do they just do a race once a year? Or
I think it's just once a year for like the big one. No, okay. I think it's like kind of seasonal type deal. I don't know 100% on that one.
Okay.
But yeah, so it just talks about, it's called Hot Springs. And we went in and looked at some of the hotels. Huh? They used to have them. No more.
They shut them down.
They shut them down because of this. Like, it went into a battle. But they said, like, in here that the gangsters and the cops, because there's so it says right here, you'll love it. There's several hot springs and gambling and great cat house just a few doors from the hotel. That's like all the stuff that was happening during this time. Right. So it was like a little mini Vegas.
Right.
So other local women became featured in national mob lure.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to see. There was a part in here where they had talked about like the law, like getting along with the cops. But there was like a ton of like gangsters. So it says long before Las Vegas became the underworld's casino playground, Hot Springs, Arkansas was home away from home and the most notorious names in U.S. organized crime.
Wow.
Al Capone, Albert Antitasia, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, Carlos Marsarlo, and there are many more vacationed in the Spa City, where illegal but open prostitution and gambling attracted mob royalty for decades until the casinos were shut down in the 1960s, in the late 1960s. Yeah.
That's that's not very long ago.
No.
I was thinking 30s. I thought this was going to be a 1930s story.
No. The late 1960s. Yeah, so it's got, dude, there's a ton of, you have to look it up. It's the hot springs in Arkansas. We were there, dude. It's cool. The museum's cool. They still got like the old hotel. We walked into it, dude, and it's like, there's some pretty cool stuff of just like the old stuff. And then like the bathhouses are kind of up against the wall where the spring like actually comes out and naturally runs in, and they like filter it in, and then the bathhouses are inside these places, you know. And there's like little medical rooms like where they used to like try to treat people, you know, that had ailments and stuff like that.
Like the mobsters got shot and they had to do backdoor freaking hospital stuff.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. I didn't go through and read every little placard, but even like with those guys, like if you had back pains and joint issues and all that different stuff. But yeah, so they basically would just go and just party the little bags off, dude. And then because he says that they used to, I can't find it now, and I don't want to take much time. They had like an agreement, you know, with the police, like where they, you know, we'll do our stuff and not be criminals type stuff, or not openly. I guess not openly do it. I don't know.
Gambling, that's openly gambling. I mean, that's illegal, right?
Right. Oh yeah. But yeah, so it was cool, man. There's like a ton of different, like I said, the gangster Owen Maiden lived in the house in Hot Springs after moving to Spa City from New York, marrying the postmaster's daughter.
Oh, there you go. Get in.
Yeah. So he's got postmaster's daughter, and they're just shipping illegal stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why not? Yeah, I mean, get in there. But yeah, so it was cool. You have to, if anybody's, you know, whoever wants to check it out, just go on there. But that's where I was looking up. So it was when that all got shut down, then it was kind of like they had to get a different place and somewhere. They got like a gangsters museum there and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, gambling it's how many states, like, we know Atlantic City has casinos and stuff like that. We know the reservations have casinos on them. We know Nevada's full of it. I know, like, when we go down to Mesquite, like a lot of southern Utah, you know, residents go to Mesquite. There used to be four casinos or 3 casinos. One of them got tore down. I think there's 3 casinos down there right now: the Eureka, the Virgin River, and Casablanca. But yeah, it's one of those things where you go down there and I'm trying to do a bit. I kind of typed in a bit on this because we've gone to Vegas before and like going to Vegas. But you go to Mesquite and everything's old. The people are old. I mean, there's some young people down there, but there's a lot of old people, like St. George people, Arizona people. They all go down there because it's like they just go to have fun.
Well, with that one, you're right on the border and it's legal,
right?
Because they were talking about. It says they had a rule. You don't. So they had a rule: you couldn't kill each other here. Palmer said during a recent tour of the museum, it would bring too much heat on the town, and the governor might shut us down. So that's like, it was like
the town was also keeping it kind of quiet from like the governor.
And so so they were like, okay, if you come here, like all the gangsters and stuff were like on a mutual agreement. It was like almost like John Wick, you know. You go on like when they go into them buildings, the Covenant or whatever they call it. What?
Yeah, I've never seen.
You've never
John
seen
Wick.
Any of the John Wicks?
No.
Oh, dude. Maybe you should stay up late and watch some John Wick. There's like 3 of them now, dude. They're sick. It's got Keanu Reeves.
The 4th one?
Oh, maybe there's 4, yeah.
Yeah.
So it says that's not to say federal officials did not keep an eye on things. For instance, the FBI monitors Chicago crime boss Sam Ganuka at a Valde Rose Motel on Park Avenue, where he was in Hot Springs visiting Phyllis McGuire during her performance dates at the nearby Vapors nightclub and casino.
Who comes up with these names? Holy cow. It's got to be flashy on these names.
Other
Vapors
gangsters such as mafia heavyweight in New York, political fixer Frank Costello, hobnobbed the power brokers while vacationing in the Spa City. At one point, it was rumored that Costello might take over the gambling operation in Hot Springs, but he denied that in 1951 letter to local newspapers. So apparently it was like a whole battle, too, between it. It says, I met some friends down there, a few judges, a few district attorneys, and a few senators. He told the FBI.
Sounds like it's a place where everybody kind of come together and just kind of coordinated, like Chicago, New York.
Yeah.
I mean, you're down there making connections. You got, like you said, judges, sheriffs, stuff like that. You're making all these, it's a place of, like a little community, and they're like, all right,
like political power. Like, I know.
Yeah.
You're in the pockets. It's like who's in the pockets of what?
Right.
Mafia,
Exactly.
like in the movies where like, the judge is in so-and-so's pocket, you know what I mean? Because he's on the payroll. Yeah, he's on the payroll.
Down there, he gets his room comped, and he gets, $1,000 to gamble with from X, whatever mafia dude. And it's like, whoever gives him more, that's whose pocket he's going to be in more. Yeah.
Wild,
that would have been fun. That'd be a movie. That wouldn't be a bad movie.
Yeah, because you got like, and probably some of those guys like that, you see like the Gangsters in New York or whatever, like that movie with Kevin Costner. Like one guy said he met Kevin Costner, so I'm sure because they were back and forth through there, because it said some of them were moved from New York and stuff, so they may have been part of those gangs that you see in the movies.
Yeah.
American Gangster, I think, is a movie.
No, that would have been interesting. If you fly on the wall there, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. To be a fly on the wall there.
Living back in that time would be wild, man. But yeah, so I just kind of looked on that. I said I'd try and look it up. It was a pretty cool thing. I don't want to spend a bunch of time on it, but like you look it up and read it, that's some cool history stuff, and it's like there's some exciting stuff that went on during those times. And then moving on, you remember that the bird that I told you about here at work? Predator,
yes.
Predator, yeah.
Predator is a hawk. He's a hawk that sits on top of this building.
He's awesome. He's savage. So he's been gone for a while, which I think he went and found a mate. I think it's that time. Like there must be some sort of time.
Explain to the listeners before he was gone, like why you guys started calling him Predator, because it.
Okay, so if you have never seen the movie Predator, you should. The first one, because it's awesome. So basically, there's this movie called Predator, and this alien creature thing or whatever it is that comes to Earth. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Most people know about it. Anyways,
that makes it good right there.
He tears when he gets a human body or whatever, he yanks their head with their skull out, and it's like a trophy. And so this guy looks for the Predator looks for like the like size wise of a person to be like trophy hunting, basically is what we like us humans do for animals. So this bird, where I work, it's maintenance for the county, and there's a main county building. It's huge, it's a full block, and in the back side of it, in the parking lot, they have a giant cell tower in the middle of this thing. And it stands up, I don't even know, 100 and something feet. And it's got those panels and everything on it. Well, this bird goes and gets other birds, kills them, or maybe he brings them back alive, probably some of the times. So he lands up there and he eats them. But he's a picky eater. Dude, I'm telling you, like, National Geographic should come, and if they're listening, which I'm sure they are, they should come.
Yeah, they're listening to this.
They should come, and dude, you should do like a city, like a documentary thing or whatever they do, a special on like city birds or whatever, you know what I mean? Because this hawk is, and I can't tell what kind it is. It's not Mike's trying to do. He's huge. He's big too. I mean, he is all of because we try to compare him in
20
size.
inches tall.
He's probably 2 feet tall at least. Because
Okay.
we try to he's up there, 100 something feet. Especially when the clouds are going by, you don't want to sit there and look up and watch him, dude. You'll get all weird and mess up your equilibrium. But he's savage, dude. So he just goes and gets these birds, and they're usually waterfowl birds. And so the closest water is the reservoir that's like a couple miles away. And so he'll get them, and he's flying them back, or he's getting them on the way to there. However he's doing it, he doesn't just go eat them there or wherever he's at. He brings them back to this spot because, and I think he just eats the neck fat off these things, dude. Like he's savage. So you'll just go over and there's this body, this carcass of a bird, and it's missing the head. All of them. Every single bird.
At the bottom of this tower.
Oh yeah, on the roof of the admin building, everything. I went up there. I had to do work on a havoc, so he hasn't been coming around. He hasn't been around probably for like a month, and I was like, man, I hope he didn't die because I think they live a long time. 20, 30 years, depending, especially as savage he is. And I hadn't seen him for a while, and then all of a sudden we come driving in the back, and there's this black and white like duck. Mud duck body laying in the parking lot. Right. And I'm like, oh, he's back. So we're doing work stuff, and all of a sudden I'm up on the admin annex building, which is like down away, and these feathers are flying by me as I'm working on the havoc unit. And I look, and I'm like, oh man, what is, dude? He's up there now. So he's up there just eating this bird, right? It's quail, because I grabbed the feather. He's got a quail up there, and he's just. You can tell, so he'll eat the breast out of some of them. Quail they're good. But it's funny because he'll be eating, and he'll get a couple feathers, and then when he rotates to the other one to defeather it to get into the breast, so you can tell he's been on one side because there's hardly any feathers. Right. And as he rotates this thing, then this feathers is just like poof, poof. There's just feathers. He's just pulling them out, and you can watch him. His head's just, and he'll shake his head, pull them out, shake his head to get the feathers off of his beak. And he'll just sit up there and eat these things. There's blood that's running down those white panels on those cell towers down the side. There's blood all over these things. It's insane, dude. So he's back. And I think he's got him a girl, too, because I heard that this other one circle around. She kept trying to land up there, and he wouldn't let her because I think he was eating something. So he's just like, listen, go get your own type thing. But I had to get up on the roof of the admin, which is right underneath the tower, and there's probably 13 carcasses up there. Wow. It's just like a death rally of them. You just go around, and there's just heads and bodies. One time there was what's some big white, a seagull. Those are big. Dead as shit. And he didn't even eat it. It was like a sport kill. Yeah, it was for fun. The thing was flying around, and he's like, "What? Yeah. What are you doing over here?" Bam! He knocks it down. Thing's just laying there on the dirt, on the ground, on the parking lot. No feathers missing. It's got his head still. Nothing eaten. Just laying there dead. And I was just like, right there. Dude, he's nuts. Right out in front of Tasha's work. Pulled up the truck. I was working on some lights up there, and I looked out, and there's fresh. It's blood, like a puddle of blood like this. Okay. Like on the ground, and as I walk by, I'm looking at it. I'm like, "Oh, that's right now, like that. It's not even like coagulating yet."
Right.
So I'm like, "What in the world? Where's this coming from?" And then I see it hit, like, bloop. And I was like, and I look up, and he's got a duck, and he's on top of the light. Those big street lights, the LED ones they use now. Yeah. He's up there, and he's just tearing this thing up, and it's just bleeding down the side of this light, this LED light, just. A murder scene up there, dude. And then all of a sudden, I'm working on my thing, and I come back. He's gone, right? And there's this duck laying there, and the head's laying over there. He's got the head off of it, and he ate the breast out of it.
So he decapitates it, and you're done.
I think he rips the head off and then eats them.
Yeah.
He pulls the heads off him before he eats them.
I think Predator's a good name for this bird.
Dude, he's so rad. I got pictures of him, videos of him, dude. He's so awesome. I just wish like I could get like a good camera and zoom in on there and watch. You would just love to see the eating part of it would be cool, right? Once, but I want to see like how he does it.
What you need to do is take the spotting scope that you're bringing to Utah next week, and just put your camera up to the eyepiece and see if you can see it through your camera.
I probably could do that. I might be able to just do that with my binos too.
You could do that, yeah.
Stand on the roof and I don't know, dude. He's rad though. I want to get like I want to see. I would love to see him get it. Like, you know how they video that stuff with drones and all that stuff when you watch them on like National Geographic
and the letters National Geographic.
I know, dude. This guy, he's been there since I've been working, so he's been there over 5 years.
Yeah,
same place,
and it's all year long. Like he doesn't leave for the winter or anything like that.
No, he just leaves for that one time, which I'm pretty sure has just got to be a breeding,
a mating season.
Mating, yeah. He's got to go out. It's all for the nookie. I had somebody hit me up about the Chinese taking body parts from people in their jails. Japanese or Chinese, I can't remember what he said. I feel like I should probably look that one up beforehand.
I think we should look that up before we start talking about it.
So we need to check it out. So here's our little thing. Or if people are listening, if you guys... I love, like, if you guys have his time, help out.
That is a great subject.
So what he was saying was, because he had been listening to us when we were talking about the blood bank people, you know, that vampire stuff, like we were talking about, they were draining people blood for like 6 months. He says there's I want to say it was the Chinese, with the people that aren't part of like their culture or like the clan or whatever they want to call it, and they're in prison, they take them and extract their body parts. Basically, like, you know, they like the body part trafficking,
right.
But they do it that way. So in the jails or prisons, they take the people that are not like part of the tribe or clan. I don't know. We're gonna have to look it up, but he was saying then they extract their body parts and sell them on the black market, and then just dispose of the body because they're in jail. Nobody knows. It's some scandalous stuff. It's crazy. So I'm gonna look that one up.
Find out if they're picking guys that are there for life, or find out if it's just like, oh, hey, you're an American. You know, you're.
I imagine they're probably lifers, but we'll look it up. So that's I'll bring that one up on our next thing. But people listen, like, I think it's China or Japan. It shouldn't be hard, like killing people in prison, taking their body parts. I don't know how you'd search that one out, but
I mean, you know, it's a good income for the prison.
Yeah, I mean, keeps her funded, huh? I mean, as long as you're not eating them, I guess. Or who knows? Maybe you are. All right, so I got one last thing, unless you got something on your notes that we haven't covered.
No, I was just going to talk about some games today. Since we're recording this early on Sunday, that
I don't even want to talk about it.
Games. Did you bust your ticket
both
already?
Of them, dude.
What?
Yeah. $900.
Who busted your ticket? It looks like
I could have won $900. Oh, I hate
they
their
didn't
faces. First of all, the Dolphins, you guys suck.
Really?
You go and hit 70 points, and you can't even beat the Bills.
Oh,
they got spanked.
True. They did.
So that one lost it, and then
the Eagles and the Commanders.
No, I got that one right. I got them all right except for that one and the
you didn't get the
Browns. The Browns. I didn't get the Dolphins and I didn't get the Browns.
You picked the Browns to win?
Mm-hmm. They had
they lost bad.
Yeah, I know. I picked
all right, so we got two more games. We got one game tonight, right? And we got one game.
I think they just have one finally.
So you got
Monday
Chiefs
nighter.
and Jets. You got the Chiefs and Jets tonight, and you got the Seahawks and Giants tomorrow. I'm going to go with the Chiefs tonight and Seahawks tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's the two. I picked those two, too.
Did you? All right.
Yeah. So the other one that the Commanders covered, so I was right on that one.
Oh, good.
I picked Washington. and they covered
Really?
it. Yeah, because they only lost. They only ended up losing by 3 points.
Right.
And then, but yeah, and the Browns got their little wiener spanked. But the Dolphins busted my ticket right off the bat.
Dude.
Donkeys.
That's
And I picked Jaguar, so I was good on there.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of surprised to see the Broncos beat the Bears, but I know the Bears haven't been doing that good this year, so.
And they barely did that.
But the Broncos haven't been doing that good either. No. And then you got the Chargers.
But I did on my pick'ems. I did switch. I had the Bears, and I switched it to the Broncos this morning.
Oh, good. Well, that's good.
So I
on
saved
your fantasy?
it. I saved on my pick'ems, yeah.
Nice.
So I'm still in on that. Still in the run. I'm tied for first right now with that.
Well, the 49ers right now in second quarter are kind of killing the Cardinals 21-3.
Yeah, but we're at a wash on that one because everybody picked San Francisco on the Pick'ems League.
Oh, okay.
So as long as they win, it doesn't really matter if they win or lose. We're still all at the same number. So it'll come down to the next two, depending on who picked what. And then it most likely will be a tie because Kansas City will win and Seattle will win.
Dude, I don't even understand. I don't understand fantasy football.
And then it comes down. No, these are just the pick'ems. So you pick who's going to win, and then you get whoever wins. You get points per win, and we all pay at the first of the week.
So this is just a win or lose. It doesn't
win or lose. But then if it goes to a tie, your tiebreaker is you have to put scores in at the bottom of 2 of the games. So it's like who will score, and then also to be like who scores the most points this week, who scores the least amount, and then the Seahawks and Giants game, and the Chiefs and the Jets. So the Sunday, Monday games, it's like who scores, what's the score, and so whoever gets the closest, it tallies the points, and that would be a tiebreaker. So that's what we're hoping now. It's like $130 or something you win.
I think the Seahawks Giants game is actually going to be closer.
I do too. Yeah,
they both suck, but
yeah, they do. Yeah, it's going to be pathetic to watch, but yeah.
My opinion. I apologize to any of those Seahawks and Giant fans.
Hey, you got to be able to take it.
At least it's a game. It's not. It's whatever.
There were some games they turned up. Okay, so my next thing before we finish is we didn't get to it last week. The smelling of stinky stuff.
Okay.
Okay, how do you...
Is there a question here? Like,
yeah, it's like you know, some people have like, I don't know if I wouldn't really call it like reflex? A pet peeve. Nah, not like a pet peeve. Not like a. There's just certain things that you're reactive to. I guess would be, how do you react to smelly things? Does it have to be? Does it have to be? So there's two types. I feel like there's two kinds. There's the kinds you know. Right? So, like, I have a weird one. Imagine that. And then there's ones that you know, like, that relate. You know, when you see something or you have that, you relate that sight to that, you can, like, almost smell what it is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like a drain, like that drain stink, like when you pull out a hairball out of a drain.
Right.
And you get that P-trap sewer woof, and you're like, oh, gosh, that's foul. So I deal with that stuff kind of at work,
right?
And that, but like I've never had it to where I'm like, oh god, like heaving, dry heaving. Sometimes like when it's like, I don't know, I feel like human fecal matter, like when a toilet's plugged up and I got to go unplug it, like at some workplace, and I got to pull out like some kid stuff to tried to flush underwear or something down the toilet, and then took a big old shit in it, and you got to dig that. Through that, and it's not yours or somebody even, I don't know, that's gross. But I don't dry heat. Like I've had my guy work with, like we call them hair trouts at the prison, at the jail, and he hooked this big old hair trout, dude, and it's like makes that noise that comes out, and it's just this wad of hair that's like,
I think we just lost some listeners.
It's like 12 inches. 12 inches.
I'm talking. Stop it.
Skip it. Skip it. It's like 12 inches long, and it just makes that slurping noise, and then comes out, and then the waft of the sewer pops up. So then, dude, that's Mike's eyes just start watering. He's like, oh, he just starts drooling. And I'm like, oh man, he's gonna lose it. He's like, oh, that was terrible. That was bad. So I mean, a lot of people can't deal with the hair.
Right, so what's yours? What's yours?
Not that, apparently.
No, not that. You're like, check it out. I'm like, look, if I go back in and out, look, I can make
Look
it
at
go.
all this. Look at all this stuff on it. I send him to Braxton like, all the
He
time.
sent them to me. What the heck, dude? You're like, check out this hair trout we caught today, and it's like in a 5-gallon bucket. And it's like the whole length of the bucket. You're like, yeah,
Catch of the day,
like
dude.
a trophy fish for you right there.
Yeah. So I do it to Brax too, and he'll be like, he's the same as you, just finds it disgusting. Or he'll pull a big old maxi pad out. I don't know. There's some nasty stuff, dude. Yeah. So mine is leftovers. Imagine that. It's the
Leftovers.
If they're bad. Like I mean, I eat leftovers all the time. Like I'm totally down with that.
But you're talking like a week.
I'm telling you, so you forget something in the back. Like
Yeah.
it got mistakenly moved behind something, and it's been sitting back there for a minute, and you're like, oh, man, look at this. There's something bad, and the top's all kind of swelled up a little bit.
Yeah.
If you open that up and it's like, I'm losing it, dude. Like I'm not. I won't even I can't even pop it off and like dump it into the garbage. You know, like even if it's like, I think I had one that was like baked beans, dude. Oh gosh, dude, makes my mouth start to salivate right now.
Did it have fuzz?
I don't know. I had to give it to Tasha and let her finish the process.
I've pulled some stuff out of the fridge that has like little round, mold fuzz.
That's okay. That I've strawberries get that on there. Whatever. It's that, and it opens up, and there's the wafting of that. Like
the
decaying
fermented
food
that blow in your face,
dude.
Especially if it splashes on your nose.
No, God, no. I don't even finish, dude. I'm telling you, like, if I get it, I'm like, God, how old is it? And it's like, I'm like, oh, babe. Or else she'll just have to do it. Like, I mean, we've been really good about it now, but I'm just like, here, you're gonna have to empty that out. That's disgusting. It could be like even vegetables that's just been sitting in there, like. And then kind of melt, kind of the juice kind of in there. Ooh. That's a lot, bro. You got to stay away from that stuff.
That's crazy. The only thing that's ever made me actually physically gag, like seriously dry heave, is when I delivered out to the Moroni processing plant. That we used to deliver to this different door years ago. And they had these kind of those carts. It's almost like a laundry cart, but it's plastic. It's got wheels, stands about 4 feet tall, and it's just a big, huge plastic cart. And in the bottom of it, it had just juices. Like I couldn't even tell you. Like it was
like
clear
turkey guts.
But there was no guts in it. It was just all liquid.
It's just, But
it's just like liquid, so whatever. And I'm delivering there, and it's right next to the truck. Like they've got it just sitting out in the sun. It's summertime. And the smell, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta, and I'm like, oh my god, like I seriously like,
they just reacted.
I couldn't control it. I'm trying to talk to the lady as I'm delivering packages. I got a few packages for it. I'm like, what is going? And I just like, I mean, it was like my stomach, like it was flexing my stomach.
You okay? I'm like, I can't stop.
I couldn't. I was trying to have a conversation with her. I'm like giving her packages, and I'm like, yeah, it's been a great day. Oh my god, like. That was the only time I've ever had involuntary freaking dry heave. Like 100%.
Yeah, see? And I feel it. You and me both. Yours is that, mine is leftovers.
So yeah, hopefully we do fine when we go when we start cutting up this elk next weekend. So
I'll be fine.
I don't have a problem with, because I didn't have a problem skinning that coyote. Like when you skin a coyote, when I'm with you, I do okay. And I've only actually skinned one of them. I've cut some ears and jaws off the other, which doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Like
it doesn't really have a huge nasty smell.
Coyotes stink.
They stink, but they don't like. I don't like when I got to cut the tail and get around their butthole. Like that part, I'm like, like if you're down in there ripping on that like that, it gets smelling a
That
little
doesn't
bit.
bother
but
you.
No, I think we'll be
Yeah.
fine. Like for you, I think we'll see on that when we get that elk. It'd just be like because since we're gonna try
Oh
to
no,
do
we're
it
getting
without
in there.
gut,
We're getting
but
in
you are getting in there for sure. Oh yeah, I'm pointing.
Like I
And
know
I'll
there's people that have issues.
I'll hold the leg
even
out of the way, and you cut there.
perfectly fine. I know
Yeah.
there's people that have issues when they're changing their kids' diapers. There's some men and
Yeah.
women that they
I've
just
seen that.
they just.
I think
like,
it's
I'm gonna-
definitely a smell thing, not so much as a look thing for me, but I think it coordinates the two. Like when you see something and it triggers what it would have smelled like, or you see it and you're like, oh man, that's gross, and then it's like, then it hits you. Like when you looked in that
What
thing,
about
you're
it-
like, whoa, is that soup? It's like gut soup.
And it wasn't even the looking of it. Like I could look at it, it was fine. It was
Yeah,
when
but
I
then
got away.
but now imagine if you looked at it again, you'd instantly know what it smelled
I'd
like.
probably know. So when I used to do road construction, we did crack seal. You'd go in the rubber and stuff in the cracks and everything. When I drive now, when I'm out working or if I'm driving around and somebody's crack sealing, like a company's crack sealing the roads or whatever, and I can smell that rubber and stuff like that, dude, I'm telling you, the only thing I want to do is go to McDonald's and get McDonald's breakfast.
Oh,
I smell that.
wait, is that
Serious.
because it smells like that, or that's what you always eat when you were crack sealing?
I think I associate it
Yeah.
with like we would hit a McDonald's on, we'd be crack sealing and we'd eat some McDonald's and then we'd go out and crack seal and stuff like that. So now when I smell it, it doesn't smell bad. I mean, a lot of people would think, will say that it probably does smell bad to them, but as soon as I smell that, I'm like, oh, Egg McMuffin, dude. Like I'm ready to go. Like it seriously makes my stomach grumble with hunger
yeah.
for McDonald's, and I'm like, this is insane. But I think it is, like you said, associated with we would eat some McDonald's, we would go get a
Go crack
McDonald's, get
seal.
our food, then we'd go crack
Well, after
seal.
we cut this elk up and stuff, then we'll have to see what you associate the next smell with. Be like, oh man,
dude,
All right,
I think
dude.
on Saturday we're gonna be eating some elk steaks on that.
Dude, I
freaking
hope
black
so.
belt.
Hope it's the tenderloin, huh? Throw a
Yeah, that'd
couple
be great.
some tenderloin to the backstrap. Okay,
Yeah, the next time we talk to
next
everybody,
one we're gonna try. Next week we're gonna try to do a live one, or in person. You and me,
Together, right.
in person, and then
Out at the homestead.
on the farm, the old stomping grounds. So everybody listening to what we're gonna hit, we'll be together doing it in person at the old stomping grounds at the farm, as long as everything works out.
with
So
the
we'll be
recap
doing
of this hunt.
we'll be doing that one, recap of that, and just kind of how everything panned out, just the week leading up to it. And then the following one, we'll have a guest.
Yes.
So we're going to
I'm
have
excited.
a guest on. That one's going to be super rad. We're bringing on a doctor, so that'll be cool, who has just lived the life that, that you just want to hear about. He's just older gentleman. He's done a ton of stuff, traveled the world, been through a war. Which one is it? World War
No, World War II started in 42.
Vietnam. Which one was it then?
Yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah, no.
Anyway,
joined-
he'll tell us. He was in the military.
he's in the
He's a
military,
serviceman.
pilot.
He's a pilot. He's a doctor.
Hunter.
He's super cool. So we don't want no spoilers, but it's going to be epic. So that one will be cool. Bringing on somebody who just has just that general knowledge. I can't wait to talk and just see what it's like from going as a kid, growing up like that, and then that span of time, and just the changes, and just especially since he's a doctor, modern day stuff, going from
Oh yeah,
this to that, what that was, and just how mind blowing it would be to see how this stuff has transformed and where it's
I think
going
on the
will be
pilot
sick.
stuff, I think Lee's going to be very interested in the pilot stuff because I talked to him the other day for about a little while, and he was telling me how the pilot stuff has completely changed on
Oh,
him,
yeah.
So
Well, that'd be cool then, because then he can listen. So, Tori, get Lee to listen to that one. It's in 2 weeks. Guest. And so, yeah, it'll be rad. All right, dude, solid run. And then I'll be seeing you here in a couple 4 days.
a
And
couple 4 days.
I'll be rad to do our in-person one. And so we'll go from there. All right, everybody listening, please get on here. Subscribe. Just tell people. I got some stickers too. email me and stuff like that. We can get you some stickers. I think I got a couple T-shirts left, and we'll get them out. And email us in about some of that stuff we were hitting you guys up about helping us out on, and questions and answers. Whatever you want. All right, bro. That was good.
Email
us. Flapping your gums. Yep. Flapping your gums at yahoo.com. All right, brother. Love you, man.
All right. Love you too, man. Peace.
Peace.